Welcome back to ADT Rugby Chat for another week. I think I picked Southern to win 13 plus in the big game last week, and Southern absolutely trounced Varsity. So that was another great result for me. And I stayed away from the Highlanders game, and it was pretty much a wise move. Won't mention the Highlanders tonight. So tonight we're still talking club rugby. I've got James Doleman, the most promising referee in Otago, with me. And I've also got Brent Rodger from Pirates. He does everything at Pirates, and he's going to explain to me, Brent, how the hell Pirates just can't win a game.
Go on, Paul. I don't know whether we can win a game or not. I mean, we've won two at the beginning of the season, had a draw.
You're on a roll.
Yeah, and 8 bonus points. What more do we need?
Yeah.
I think we're going to sneak in the back door with bonus points. We're going to surprise a few teams in the second round.
So on Saturday, you go up to... I sort of thought you might go really close to Kyke, and obviously did because it was 5-5. Should you won the game?
We had the territory. We had a kick right at the end that possibly could have got.
Lewis Tilly.
Louis Tilly. But, these things happen. You shouldn't rely on your kickers to win games.
Yep.
I think the boys were a bit disappointed they come away there with a draw. But, that's the luck of the game.
There it is.
And that's where we are at the moment.
James, we'll bring you in. Welcome along. Now, look, have you done your rated number one referee yet?
No, we don't do ratings until pretty much the final. Whoever gets the final is number one, I guess.
Right. So, and what happens then? So, where do we sit? Because we've got nobody from Otago in the NPC, have we?
Yep, we don't.
We don't.
No.
So, how do you progress from being in club rugby to making NPC?
Well, you get looked at through zone, and zone guys do the B comp, if you like. So the Canterbury B versus Otago B last season was done by Lashy, who's moved up into this national squad. Right. Yeah.
So that's the way you've got to go through, and you've got to do Colts and Canterbury
Colts,
B, same as you
Premier,
do, same as you do the club level thing.
Yep.
Right. So your biggest game so far?
This season, probably Dunedin University was pretty cool, and Southern Tyree. Yep.
So you did the Southern Tyree game?
Yep.
Now, what's happening with the yellow cards? Now, I put a story in the paper last week about the yellow cards, and I had a few emails from people saying there's been a lot of yellow cards, and I worked out, Ralph Perkins and I worked out, there's only been 36 in the first 8 rounds, which I didn't think was too bad. But now I'm hearing that half of them are down to Adam Morrison. What's going on there?
I think he's fairly accurate in some of his decisions, and I think some of the well, you have to take out the fact that he's had 5 in one game and 4 in the other.
Well, that's right. So he did have 9 in 2 games where he just was just rolling them out like a big window.
Some games you sort of get
and he sent off one of the crowd too, which was funny.
Yeah, true. Sometimes you get games like that where there's more cards than you'd like. And referees there, just sort of have to deal with it, what they get dealt.
So whereabouts are you on the points table now? You're still mid-table though, aren't you?
Mid-table. I think we've got 18 points, 4th bottom, or 7th top.
Can you make top 4?
Oh, of course we can.
7th top. That's a good way of putting it.
You've got to look at these different ways. Can we make? Oh, hell yeah! I mean, you look at the games to go. There's still a full round, so that's another 9 games. Pick up 3 or 4 wins out of that. That could change everything overnight. So. As I was saying, we've already picked up 8 bonus points by losing by
that'll be the most.
2 or 3 points or less.
That'll be the most in town. Southern's picked up a lot, and you guys are probably the other team that's picked up the most.
Exactly. So, I mean, as long as we can build on that, and the boys are looking forward to a good second round and trying to improve where they are.
So the big ogre is not 2 down at this stage?
Only after the games.
He comes right pretty quickly?
Sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, it depends. No, the boys understand what Paul's trying to get out of the team. And with Dicko there as well, we've tried to play the game a little bit more wider than what Pirates have been used to. With Suckling and Gavigan, those guys out there with a bit of pace. So things have changed a wee bit for us.
So Dicko, has he had to cross the paddock and tell the opposition fans off again, like he did at the Tyree game?
Not since the Tyree game.
Then? They've all been pretty quiet since then.
Yeah, he did.
Crowd behaviour's been a lot better.
Yeah, he did look like Laurie striding across there, I can tell you.
I heard that. So what do you think about the crowd behaviour from the games you've done? Has it been okay?
Yeah, I mean, the crowd's passion. It's all about passion at club rugby. I thought, referee, you sign up, you get what you dealt. Sort of players get dealt when they drop the ball, and we get dealt when we make a bad decision. But yeah, crowds are generally pretty good. So
there was a lot of drama last year with referees, and I seem to be at the middle of that for some strange reason. But a lot of drama with referees and how they were travelling. I don't feel that so much this year. Is it because you're all young referees anyway? Is it just you're a year older and just better at what you're doing?
Yeah, I think you did a lot with that refereeing that referees game last season. I thought that built a bit of a reputation. Yeah.
I was pretty good too, by the way, on that when I refereed that game.
Yellow cards, any?
I didn't have to give 1 yellow card.
Made it inside the 22 a few times when you awarded tries.
Yes, well that's right.
Yeah, no, I think it's generally that we've just sort of picked up our game and sort of players pick up their game each season, so referees have to as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just feel there seems to be a bit more harmony. There doesn't seem to be as much drama with the crowds. I mean, that Torrey game, I understood there was a bit of drama that day, but what I've seen is it's not that bad.
No, I think the good thing is, as you're saying, the refs are getting more experience because they're a fairly young bunch last year. And when you look at it, as James was saying, I mean, there's a bit of passion out there, and there always will be. You'll never get away from that. But there's a bit more understanding as well. I think with some of the players, a lot of the Premier teams were pretty young last year as well. There's quite a few young teams this year as well. But they don't seem to know the rules as well as perhaps some of them should. Yeah. And that makes it hard on the referee, especially when they've got their vocal support right beside them and that sort of thing.
So we still haven't got enough refs though, James, have we?
No,
we're still struggling?
Yeah, lacking a lot.
So what else do we need to do to get some more refs?
Well, I think that, we've been talking about...
So why did you take up refereeing, for example?
I stumbled across it. Dad was sort of a referee, and I was a player, came down to uni and wanted to play, and then just thought, refereeing, might give it a go, and then just sort of loved it. 3 years later, I'm here now.
Right. Yeah. And now, just as an aside, have we got Doug Rodger back in the refereeing? I see refereeing this weekend.
Yeah, Doug's back. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, just after his Black Sabbath concert, so he's back now.
He's back from Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
So he's out refereeing. He'll get some stick. He'll always get some stick.
He always invites it.
He just invites it, doesn't he?
He loves it.
Right, lads, we better move on. We've got a few things to talk about today. We've got the big ODT Express competition on. It's on next weekend, $8,000 worth of prizes. Now, we've got quite a few players that have come on board. We're still looking for a few late entries. But right now, I think there's 4 clubs from North Otago have put players in. All 10 town clubs are represented. And we've got 1 club from Southland. We're still looking for all the South Otago clubs and the Central Otago clubs. They need to get off their backsides and get their entries in. But lads, let's just look at some of these guys. Now, the word on the street is that you guys at Pirates, Adam Gavigan's down. He reckons he's going to win. He's not that quick.
The Gav? No, he's there, mate. I'll tell you what, he'll be through like that. There won't be a misbeat. He's good with his hands, good with his feet. Played for Otago Sevens a couple of years ago.
You reckon he's the favourite? Is he faster than Liam Edwards from Dunedin?
Doesn't kick as well, but I think he'd give him a go.
We haven't quite decided if there's kicking in this competition. Got a couple of young guys from up in North Otago. We've got only 1 forward, by the way, at this stage. Sparky Evans from Old Boys, flanker apparently. He's kicking off. Now, James, the word on the street is, and I know this for a fact, you're pretty quick. Is that correct? I think you must have gone at the... you must have had a race at the Sevens a couple of years ago and only just got pipped by the big winger from Tyree. Is that right?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Big Tom Davey.
Maybe. It was at the middle march.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
So the word on the street, I've been talking to Welcome Back Connor, Jim Thompson, who's in charge of the rest, and I said, look, we need to get a referee into this competition. So can we put you in?
Yeah.
$8,000 worth of prizes.
Yeah, may as well.
Right. So you are now entered. You heard it here tonight. So James Doleman is now an entry, and I think he's faster than Gavigan.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to seeing this race.
Right, it'll be pretty big. It's next Saturday night at the stadium. Now, lads, we need to move on to the Form 15. We'll start with the backs. Got a lot of changes to make. Dean Mohu, he's staying in. He's still the best halfback in town. He's still in. Trent Renata's gone. We're putting in Dan Duke from Green Island. I don't know why, but we are, because they had their first win. We're putting in, I think, Marshall Suckling, Pirates. He's gone. Well, he's not up to it. We're putting in Roma, the big sausage, we'll call him. He's entered. He's actually entered in this ODT Express.
He's the man to watch.
He's the man to watch.
He's got a bit of pace.
Mark Manar, who's now also entered in this competition. He's actually, apparently this boy's from the Congo. Straight from the Congo, straight into the Southern team, and he's also in the ODT Express competition. Sean Connery's come out from there, and we're putting Len Edwards in at fullback. And Ashton Tuck, he had an absolute shocker last week, so he's out. So Kurt Schrader's gone on the wing, even though he's a fullback. So that's our backs. We're okay with that? You'll see most of these kids play.
Yep.
Not bad. Right, forwards, this is more your area. Brent, this is your area. We're putting Moff in the front row. Dean Collins is gone.
Moff's good value.
Yeah, he's gone. He's his average, Dean Collins. So Moff goes in. Simon Knight and Tom Franklin are going into lock. So George Armstrong, Louis Armstrong's son, he's gone. And Richard Thompson, he came off on the weekend. He's out. So these boys, the southern locks are in, and they're probably right now the most impressive locks in town. So Josh Dixon, he's out. We're putting in Josh Clark. He deserves a go, doesn't he?
Oh, exactly. Great in the line-out, mate.
He's a good player, mate. Very good player. Willis Scott, he's out because he's gone to play Sevens in Europe. Cody Outen, who played for Orlando Union, I thought he was okay. In fact, we're dumping Ben Nolan as well because they just can't win. We're putting in Sean Smith. He's not very good, but At least Dunedin are still winning. Righto, boys. So there's our teams. We better go on to the games this weekend. So we'll start with you, Brent. We've got Zingaree versus Tyree.
Tyree boys have to be.
Tyree wins. What about you on that game?
Yeah, Tyree.
Kite versus Southern.
Southern.
You're going Southern.
Yeah, Southern boys.
Staying with Southern. Which game are you doing?
GI Pirates.
That'll be coming up shortly. Dunedin Harbour. You'd have to take the Sharks, wouldn't you?
Huh?
Dunedin at home.
No,
Us
no,
Beach boys.
the Sharks struggled
Did you?
last week against.
They're out.
We'll have to
You're
go for
taking
Harbour. Go for Harbour.
Sharkies.
Yeah, good work. So in the game that you're refereeing, GI Pirates.
Oh, draw.
Draw. Nice work. And you'll be taking your home team.
Oh, definitely.
Pirates and Uni versus the Alhambra Union.
The Varsity boys, I think they'll be on the comeback trail.
I was going to pick Alhambra Union, but I hear Breeny's out. So what do you think?
I think AU's missing a few experienced players like Mikey Moy, who I think he needs to come back, and so I'm going to go Uni.
Uni as well. So there it is. Look, that's it for this week. I think we're running out of time. So just remember, we'll talk a bit more about the ODT Express competition next week, and we'll give you the full list and full rundown of the players and the prizes next week. And in the big game of the weekend, trying to struggle to find a big game. The big game is probably Kaikorai versus Southern. Southern will be too strong, even up at Kaikorai. They'll win 12 and under. And we'll talk to you again next week.